This is steadily turning very gay. Let's turn it off and start over. Oh.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Raeality Check. This week we are going to recap episode number 5 of Rupaul's Drag Race.
Queens Behind Bars.
Queens Behind Bars.
So for the mini challenge, the queens had to do mugshot.
I really wanted like Sharon and Fifi to partner up and maybe kill each other in the process.
Sharon and Chad Michaels actually partnered up.
They looked the part more than anybody. They didn't have a lot of story, but it looked so natural for them.
Lateef.
Latrice had the titty hanging out.
I thought that one should have won, but the one that actually won was Willem and LaQueer. They looked like they had eaten the Smurf.
Who was the most boring for you?
Fifi.
Fifi?
She had the Raggedy Ann wig, wagon wheel, little girl shorts. Like, it looked like she robbed Toys R Us.
I thought Jiggly was terrible. She had, oh god, she had like a black one. You saw in like her ponytail and she was licking the board. It was amateur. I'm so glad she didn't win. She's gonna be the next to go home, mark my words.
They totally had a knockdown blowout in the changing area. Predictably enough, I'm on Team Sharon.
I'm on Team Fifi.
Are you serious?
No, I'm totally pulling her tit. She may just be hamming it up for the camera, but I cannot believe that anyone would be that naive, like, or immature. She totally changed sides, too, because in the last episode she was saying, oh, you've got that one look, play that card, milk that fat breast, whatever she's saying, you know, go with your goth thing, put some white powder on your face. And then in this episode, after Sharon kills it and wins the competition, or the challenge,
she acts like she gave it to her on a silver platter.
Yeah. You won the goddamn challenge. You're welcome.
If you watch the setup, there's a moment where Fifi seems like totally overwhelmed. She's like, what? We have an hour and a half to do this, and this. So, and she freaks out. So I think what she did was go, okay, what's your best stick? You do that. Let's not think about it and let's roll with it.
And taking from that, essentially, Sharon was absolutely justified in saying that Fifi did not take a strong leadership role in the challenge because she was so frazzled that she said, put some white powder on your face, and Jiggly do that terrible Oriental impersonation. You called it. You called it in the very first episode, Fifi is the bitch. I
don't remember Latrice's acronym. Babe in total control of herself. Is that what it is? Yeah, I don't necessarily agree with that, but I do agree that Fifi's a bitch.
Yeah, she said, you don't play the bitch, honey. You are a bitch.
Fair enough, Mama Latrice bringing in the truth.
Team Sharon.
Team Sharon.
And so for the main event, the queens had to film some sketch comedy. Hot in Tuckahoe.
Willem's team did pretty good, and LaQueer's team sucked.
Why were they so bad?
I don't know. I just didn't like how they were just so...
How would you not get the reference when he spells it out in front of you? Ugh, face. I mean, even if you can't do it, like, what, you can't even try to follow instruction? That was awful.
None of them were following instruction very well. Sharon Needles even let me down. The only person who did any kind of good was Dita Ritz, who really surprised me, pleasantly surprised me. And it was a shame that her team totally sucked.
Latrice was the most perfectly cast person in that whole challenge.
Can you do the Latrice head bobble? No, a simple no would have sufficed.
Ouch.
The only person I really remember is Latrice.
That's because they played her thing 1,000. Get those nuts out of my face!
She was definitely playing a better role of Large Marge, the jailer, than little itty bitty Kenya trying to pull off a butch lesbian. That was. But why would you? I'm getting like I'm emotionally drained now. Let's move on.
Now it's time for the runway.
And I don't know if it's just because like I'm fashionably challenged, but I'm just not being blown away. Thanks. Nothing's been really innovative or exciting for me.
There's not a lot of originality. It's some really nice gowns and some really nice makeup and some really nice feminine looking hair.
I did notice that Willem was properly covered.
Oh yeah, she was looking like Taylor Swift. Wasn't that so sexy?
No.
I did like Sharon Needles' outfit.
I like that she uses any opportunity that she has in front of the camera, in front of the judges, to be entertaining. You know, signing the fake autographs. She's not just there, like, going, I look pretty. She's actually putting on a show for us, which I appreciate as a viewer. Thank you very much. So Latrice won the challenge with her... that. And in the bottom two were Milan and LaQueer. And are we recording? Because I'm not going to say it again. Taylor, you were right about LaQueer. I thought that I saw something in her in the beginning, and I thought wrong. This final challenge really proved that she just was not self-aware enough. She was in charge of the challenge. She totally drove it off the cliff, and she deserved to be in the bottom 2 for that. How do you feel about that lip sync? Because I have pretty strong feelings.
I think it was boring overall. They definitely were right about LaQueer and being the Pointer Sister, because all she did was stand there. And I mean, she's not super active, so I don't expect her to do
she's not
jump
super
splits
active.
Although, Mystique Summers was pretty active, and she was a big girl.
Oh.
So LaQueer definitely could have pulled out a jump split.
In theory, I guess. I can't do that. Milan, I think, pulled out every single cliche trick in the book. She got the black lipstick out, fell on the ground.
She stripped, she took off her dress.
She stripped off her wig, Swiffered the floor with her taint.
It looked like, when the dog, drags its ass along the
exactly.
carpet?
That's exactly what I was thinking. RuPaul's face when she was doing that, it was like...
It was time for LaQueer to go home.
It was.
That's what's important. Well, that's all for this week, everyone. You gotta tune in next time where we recap episode 6, and I think they're gonna play the Snatch game.
Oh my god, I love the Snatch game. Let's do this.
There were some tears.
Was there?
No one misses that big bitch.